Since you, the audience, likes coverage of less talked about stocks, here are 6 stocks to pique your interest. First up, we've got SEALSQ, a crowd favorite. It expanded its long-standing partnership with Parrot to integrate post-quantum cryptography, PQC, into Parrot's next generation of professional drones. The companies have symbiotically worked together for years on cybersecurity for Parrot's drone platforms used in defense, public safety, and government missions. SEALSQ's secure semiconductor technology is already embedded in platforms like the Anafi UKR tactical micro-drone and the Chuck 3.0 autopilot system, as well as earlier drones like the Anafi AI and Anafi USA. These systems incorporate hardware-based device identity, encrypted storage, secure boot processes, and data protection features designed to ensure that only authenticated software can run on the drones, and that data remains private between the drone and the operator. The new phase of the partnership focuses on preparing drone systems for the coming era of quantum computing by implementing quantum-resistant encryption technologies. The companies plan to begin with a proof-of-concept system designed to support secure communications, authentication, and device identity that remain resistant to both classical and quantum cyber attacks. The shift toward post-quantum security is being driven partly by regulatory requirements, such as the U.S. National Security Agency's Commercial National Security Algorithm Suite 2.0, CNSA 2.0, which requires systems handling national security information to adopt quantum-resistant cryptographic standards. These requirements are expected to affect defense, public safety, and infrastructure drones, making early adoption of PQC important for companies that want to continue serving government markets. Next up, Faraday Future stands up for itself, as it's considering taking legal and investigative actions in response to suspected market manipulation. FF stated that an individual identified as Hua Kitsin and an associated organization allegedly spread false and misleading information about it, while engaging in trading activities that may have harmed FF's stock performance and reputation. To address the situation, Faraday Future has sent demand letters to digital platforms, requesting preservation of evidence and cooperation with potential investigations. It's also hired the global law firm Paul Hastings LLP to evaluate legal options, which could include submissions to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and legal proceedings in the United States or China. The investigation is ongoing, and FF is continuing to collect evidence and invites individuals with information about possible manipulation or illegal short selling to contact its investor relations team. Now, on to Therapeutics, which keeps at it trying to progress Wearable, a radiotherapeutic drug designed to deliver targeted radiation directly to central nervous system tumors. The treatment is being evaluated in several clinical trials for conditions like recurrent glioblastoma, leptomeningeal metastases, and pediatric brain cancers. In 2025, the program received a new reimbursement code from the American Medical Association for its delivery method, potentially improving future market access. Clinical data presentations also suggested a promising safety profile. Therapeutics expects to release additional trial data during 2026 while advancing manufacturing scale-up and preparing for potential pivotal trials. It's also expanding commercialization of its CNSide diagnostic platform, which analyzes tumor cells in cerebrospinal fluid to help manage patients with leptomeningeal metastases. By the end of 2025, the CNSide Laboratory Service had obtained licensing coverage in 49 U.S. states, allowing access to roughly 95% of the U.S. population. Coverage agreements with major insurers like UnitedHealthcare and Humana now extend to about 67 million people. Therapeutics aims to increase insurance coverage further and expand the platform with additional diagnostic assays while targeting profitability for the CNSide Diagnostics division by 2027. Though it's still important to highlight that the Houston-based biotechnology company reported a fourth-quarter loss of $5.7 million on revenue of $1.4 million. For the full year, it recorded a net loss of $22.4 million, compared with $13 million in 2024, with changes largely attributed to derivative instrument valuations related to financing activities. Cash and investments at the end of 2025 totaled $13.1 million, significantly higher than the $3.6 million reported a year earlier, partly due to a public offering that raised $15 million. Moving on to wearable devices. This developer of AI gesture control wearables also reported its full year 2025 financial results. Revenue rose to $647,000 from $522,000 in 2024, reflecting increased sales of its Mudra Link and Mudra Band products. Combined product sales grew by more than 28%, indicating early adoption of the company's neural gesture interface technology. Despite this growth, it reported a net loss of $8.1 million, slightly higher than the previous year's loss of $7.9 million, as it continued investing in research and development. Though it did raise approximately $24.4 million through equity offerings, leaving it with $18.4 million in cash and deposits at year-end. Management said the funds will support expansion of both consumer sales and business partnerships. Wearable Devices also launched the Mudra Experience Studio, a development platform intended to allow XR and AI developers to integrate gesture-based control technology into smart glasses and digital environments using a unified codebase. As 2026 moves along, Wearable Devices is planning on pursuing broader partnerships in extended reality, artificial intelligence, and defense applications, while continuing to build its patent portfolio. In the related area of gaming, Newegg announced the opening of a public gamer zone at its Southern California headquarters. The 2,300 square foot space was designed as an experiential hub where visitors can try high-performance gaming PCs, esports setups, racing simulators, and virtual reality systems. This is part of Newegg's effort to expand beyond its traditional online retail model and create a physical community environment for gaming enthusiasts, creators, and students. The space will host tournaments, workshops on PC building, product demonstrations, and educational programs focused on technology exploration. Then, to cap off this stampede of stocks, Pony AI announced expanded access to its robotaxi service through integration with Tencent's mobility platform inside WeChat. Users in parts of Guangzhou can now request fully driverless rides directly through the widely used app. The launch builds on Pony AI's broader partnership with Tencent Cloud, which includes collaboration on mapping, cloud computing, AI, and simulation technologies. Pony has been rapidly scaling its robotaxi business and was the first to launch fully driverless ride-hailing services across all 4 of China's Tier 1 cities: Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. Its robotaxi fleet has already surpassed 1,100 vehicles and is expected to grow to more than 3,000 by the end of 2026. Through partnerships with mobility platforms in China and international collaborators, including automotive manufacturers and transportation companies, Pony keeps charging along in its journey to expand autonomous ride-hailing services globally, while building the infrastructure needed to operate large-scale autonomous fleets. In terms of the infrastructure to manage and keep an organized view on large amounts of stock charts, there's TradingView, your trusted tool to track and scan the markets. Try it for free, link in the description and pinned comment.